What's going on, everybody? Chris Classic. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what this is, and y'all know where I'm going. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday. Happy Father's Day to the fathers out there, the mentors, the teachers, the coaches, the pastors, a lot of stuff. You know, a lot of people, this is a time that people enjoy and some people grieve. And, you know, I'm praying for the healing. I'm praying for the understanding. I'm praying that they had an opportunity to see or be raised by awesome men. So shout out to y'all. I'm saying happy Father's Day to y'all. And I'm also saying happy Father's Day to the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, the guy who gives us refuge in our times of chaos and unruly things, and the King of it all. And I'm just thankful for him and thankful for the men that he has placed in my life. And I'm thankful to be to have the opportunity to be a father of 3 beautiful children. So I thank him for that, and I'm just truly grateful. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, the Take It Home Podcast. We are consistently dropping content. I'm doing it. I'm about to go back into doing a lot of interviews with a lot of wrestlers. So if you have a wrestler that you would like me to interview, I would try to do some things to get it lined up. Also subscribe to the C3 Ultimate Wrestling YouTube channel. Me and my wife's professional wrestling company. We are dropping a lot of our matches from our last event last week. A couple days ago, we released Stampede Larkin versus Xavier Sky. Monday, it's Mike Valentine versus Mark Reconcile for the Grand Chance Championship. It's gonna be dope. I wanted to talk about something that's kind of irking me, but not irking me, but it irked me enough to make a video about it. So, Collision Course, AEW Collision Course, that was last night, and I've been hearing a lot of good reviews and positive reviews. A lot of people said that they liked it. They're curious on what's going to happen with it and stuff like that. I'm going to make a video about that another time, but I wanted to talk about a guy who is very, very popular, and I feel like AEW does not know what to do with him. That is Wardlow. That is Wardlow. Listen, y'all. I understand he's a multiple-time TNT champion, but sometimes it doesn't matter how many times you won it if you're always losing it. It depends on how it is. Now, on that same hand, on the opposite side of that hand, when you have Charlotte, who's what, 14-time? The thing is kind of peddling on what her father did as a legacy, as wrestling and stuff like that. And of course, she's going to get that accolade in a quicker time than her father in one wrestling company. Mind you, Ric Flair's went all the way through multiple companies, multiple time periods, multiple decades. And he even calls himself the 25-time champion, because there's times where he says a lot of people don't acknowledge it. But going into it, Charlotte is somewhat of a different thing than Wardlow. You know, Wardlow is somebody that's, they did a great job with that first. You had him being the muscle for MJF, and then the stuff they had with him and Hager and stuff. And then eventually people just started liking Wardlow because of how MJF mistreated him and stuff like that. And then it was like, y'all made him go through HELL to get to MJF. And then the match they had, it was short and sweet. He dominated MJF, powerbombed him multiple times and stuff, and people liked it. And then y'all gave him a contract, and it all worked. You had the crowd behind Wardlow. And people are still behind Wardlow and stuff like that. He had a different look from everybody, and we're about to go into that. He was a muscle guy. There's only a few guys that had like a build similar or like that. Y'all had him beating guys like Brian Cage, Big Bill, who was Big Cass and stuff like that. Y'all had him beating a lot of these guys that could be deemed as credible. And y'all could have had these on pay-per-views. That's how good of the matches they were. Y'all had him going against guys on pay-per-views, and then he started losing stuff. Lost the belt to Samoa Joe, lost it to Hobbs, lost it, and just keep getting it. And it's just like, what's going on? And last night, he lost it to Luchasaurus. So I don't know what's going to happen. I feel personally that they're going to give it back to Wardlow eventually. Somehow they're going to give it back to him, because I understand that the TNT and the TBS for the most part is a TV title, and I do understand that. But when you lose it so much, and let's not act like the title itself didn't have great champions and stuff. Cody, Sammy was okay, Darby was good, Scorpio Sky was phenomenal with the belt. Where is Scorpio Sky? I hope everything's all right with him. But I think he did great things with the title. Yeah, Sammy did too. It's like a few people did great things with the title. And now it's like a hot potato title. So now I do feel like Luchasaurus winning it. I don't think he's going to have a long reign with it. I think they're going to give it back to Wardlow. But this kind of goes into what I've been saying. Even Wardlow's look has changed. He had a man bun, and they cut it off. Samoa Joe cut it off. That made him different. And then his singlet. He doesn't wear the same singlet anymore. It's like a couple inches up. It's like a big onesie for a grown man. Y'all have him looking different now. But the crowd still likes him. They love the Powerbomb Symphony. But I keep thinking that what I made a video, 2-3 years ago, and I was saying that most likely they're not going to do right by big muscle guys. Like, let's say the big guys that Vince would clamor over to push. Guys the size of Lesnar or Lashley and stuff like that. I just felt that, and I feel like this is what's going on with AEW. It's just that they don't know what to do with it. Or either that or he's being punished or something. But it's not just him. It's other guys. It's just like these guys are incredible. Powerhouse Hobbs. Look at how much he's improved. The Book of Hobbs and stuff. They all have him with QT. There's nothing wrong with QT. But QT and Hobbs have nothing to be being around each other with. You get what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. Wardlow is a gold mine if you do it right. But they're not doing it right. They haven't done it right. Shoot, they haven't done it right. You know, y'all got him going against Christian Cage. He beat Christian and stuff like that. He's beaten a lot of the guys that beat him before. But if he's supposed to be this quote-unquote unstoppable monster and getting beat a lot, then I wouldn't mind going against him because I have a chance to beat him because everybody else beat him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a continuation thing. Like y'all say so much, not y'all, but a lot of people say so much. Oh well, AEW caters to fans and they give them what they want and stuff like that. People want Wardlow. They want him to be the beast. They want to see the powerbomb. What is y'all doing with this man? What is y'all doing with Wardlow? You know what I'm saying? Like, but I keep saying it. I think that like a lot of these guys who are the top stars there, they got hurt from the mainstream companies and stuff like that. You gotta lose weight. You gotta look like this, or you gotta gain muscle mass. You gotta look like a wrestler. You gotta look like a credible wrestler. And I think all of that hurt, and all of those positions that these guys, these executive positions, it all clamored down to even the guys that have that kind of look that they could never have or they didn't want to change. And I think it trickles down to Wardlow. It trickles down to Hobbs. Now, Luchasaurus is a big guy, but I totally, if I had to bet all my money, I would bet that he would lose it to Wardlow possibly the next time they have a rematch or a pay-per-view. Because that's just what they've been doing. Like, I'm sorry, it is what it is, and I'm not even going to sit here and be like, oh, well, he may be treated better at a different company, because he may be, but he may not be. But this is like a prime example of what I'm saying, is that everybody is not going to be pushed like either you want them to be or you feel like they should, or maybe they should. I don't know if it's an executive decision to do this to Wardlow. I don't know if he has an attitude. I don't know, but all of that stuff, I throw that out the trash because y'all push and book people who have the biggest attitudes and egos of all time, and they still get what they want. And I'm not sitting here saying you got to treat everybody the same, because some people have given more than expected, but y'all kind of exposed Wardlow a little bit for his weaknesses and stuff like that because of what y'all doing. TNT title has been out longer than the Atlantic title that Orange Cassidy has. And Orange Cassidy has been putting on bangers of matches and makes the belt way more relevant than the TNT title, because we're not sitting here thinking about great matches of the TNT title. We're worried about who's going to win it next real soon because of everything that you've done with that. Yeah, Wardlow beats Guy, and who did he lose it to? He lost it to Joe. Joe lost it to Darby, then Joe won it back from Darby, and then Wardlow beat Joe, then Hobbs beat Wardlow, and then Wardlow beat Hobbs. So you get what I'm saying? Like, and there's nothing wrong with a hot potato era of titles, but man, you have these titles are still relatively new. The company is still relatively new. So why keep doing this? And then why keep it with somebody else? You know, by the end of this year, Wardlow will be a 10-time TNT champion. But what is that to show for? What is that to even gloat or even brag about when guys that are smaller than him or he's just become a beatable person? It's not a lot of people that's bigger than Wardlow besides like Hobbs and Luchasaurus height-wise. But other than that, I don't know, man. What's going on with Wardlow? What y'all think? Do y'all like Wardlow? Do y'all think like this is just long-term storytelling? I do know that a lot of people like talking about that. What do you guys think? You guys think he should go somewhere else? You guys think he just needs a break? Like, what's going on? Let me know what y'all think. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. This is Chris Classic. Stay on.